Bro, I haven't done one of these in forever. What's up? It's Bailey. I look so different in like this like super nice camera compared to like what I see on my phone when I'm on Instagram and stuff. I am just working. There's somebody working on the deck right now, so if you hear a bunch of like saws and drills, that's what it is. Anyway, hi from North Carolina. I literally don't even think I've done a blog or a vlog since I moved from Louisville to Brevard. Miss these, I miss doing them. And now that I have this new laptop, which I got last Christmas, like 2021 Christmas, I'm like, why not? Why not just vlog with you guys? So, life update. I am still a Beachbody coach, but now we're transitioning into Body, which is not Beachbody, it's Body. I'm so excited about that because that verbiage just makes me so much happier because everybody has a beach body, no matter what you look like, no matter what age you are, no matter what you look like at all, everybody has a beach body. I'm still a stay-at-home mom. Both the girls are in school, only part of the day, so I'm still responsible for like pickup, lunches. I don't even remember where I left off with my vlogs. Hey, so it's literally the next morning. I'm cutting in the middle of this because I feel like I just didn't give a real update. My last YouTube video, and it was literally from almost 2 years ago, and I was still living in Kentucky. My hair was so short. I looked completely different. I was definitely struggling with mental health. I was postpartum, and I just wanted to give like a bigger overview of what happened. So we were living in Louisville, Kentucky, and we knew that we were outgrowing our house. We have kind of outgrown Louisville. We knew that we wanted to kind of like move. We didn't really know where. We were kind of just like throwing darts on a map and seeing like where God would have us. And we didn't really want to go back to our hometown because I think if you're someone who has moved from your hometown, you understand why you just sometimes don't want to go back to your hometown. And so we ended up in Brevard, North Carolina. And it's this, a beautiful mountain home. It took hell on wheels to get here. We rented a U-Haul, and then the U-Haul canceled on us the day before. I'd already sold my house. I'd packed everything up, I packed my entire house up. I hired movers with U-Haul. It was literally a disaster. I have 2 dogs, a cat. I had a 6-month-old at the time and a 8-year-old at the time, and then my husband was working full-time. In the office, like not even at home. He was working in the office. We ended up hiring someone because we just physically couldn't do it with like the kids and everything, to go drive like an hour and a half away to pick up the U-Haul and drive it to our house and help us load everything up. And he was actually going to drive it from Kentucky to North Carolina, which was probably about, on the maps it says it's like a 6.5 hour, but when you're moving, you have giant trucks, you have dogs and kids and everything. I think it took us a total of like 10 to 13 hours. It was a disaster. But God got us here. Anyway, so that guy ended up having to be back before we like would have been able to like get there. So we just said, hey, here's partial payment. My husband ended up having to drive a 26-foot box truck with an auto hauler attached to the back of it with our 1990 Ford Ranger. I sold my car and I drove his car with the 2 dogs and the 2 kids, and then he had the cat in the box truck. Anyway, we made it here, and I literally had to call people from all over and just beg them to come help us unload the house. I physically was not strong enough to load the furniture in. If you've watched my Instagram, you see how like mountainous the terrain is. There's no like direct access without stairs to my house. And so it was crazy, but now we live here and it's been awesome. We have a fantastic church community. We have an awesome church. We have like friends that Emma just absolutely adores, where we actually love and adore their family as well. And the only thing constant is change. So I just wanted to give a better breakdown of like from Louisville to Brevard, North Carolina, and then we'll cut back over to where I was talking yesterday. I know it's been quite a while since I've done them. I was doing more like informational stuff about like baby-led weaning or just different stuff. And now I just kind of want to like do lifestyle stuff. I just like sharing. I like storytelling. That's like my thing. I love doing that. I feel like my hair has grown. I feel like my body has grown. I feel like my mental space has grown. I just feel like I've learned so much over the last 2 years that it just felt authentic to come on here and just share. So I don't even know what I'm sharing. I'm just kind of sharing like a life update. I've gone through some crazy medical stuff over the last 2 years. I have now developed all of these random food intolerances. I did a test called Yukari. I'll link it in the description box below, off of Amazon. It's basically, hi buddy. It's basically a hair sample that you send into a lab and they test you for food intolerances. And I had major food intolerances to eggs, peas, raisins, and something else. Y'all, I have never struggled with this type of stuff my entire life. I've never been intolerant to anything, allergic to anything, praise Jesus. But now, I mean, as you get older with stress hormones in your body, having a second baby, like everything's just changed in me, like physically. And so now I'm having to cut all of those things out, which really sucks, but at least I'm not allergic, because allergies come from the immune system, but intolerances come from the gut. So I could heal my gut microbiome and work from there. Maeve popped her elbow out last summer with nursemaid's elbow. That also happened again this past weekend. And also this summer, Emma got bit by a specific Western North Carolina mosquito, and it was carrying the bacteria or whatever it is called La Crosse encephalitis. And it was very, very scary. I was in the emergency room right before all that happened with like uterine ovary things going on. I was diagnosed with something called PCS, not PCOS, PCS, which is pelvic congestion syndrome. Which is where two veins run from your heart, your lungs to your reproductive organs and then back up. And so it goes down one side and then back up the other. This is my left side. So that left vein is engorged, which is why the blood is having a hard time getting itself back up there. So it pools in my uterus. And so it's not fun. So there's just been a slew of things. But one thing that has stayed consistent is my workouts, trying to do better about my nutrition, and running my business, and I'm going to therapy, which has been really, really, really helpful. There's been a lot of things that have happened, but those things have stayed consistent to me. Obviously, my faith and going to church, being involved in our church group, different opportunities to help out with like worship and kids, and like just all the things that how God is continuously always good. He always comes through. More recently, we bid on a house and we got the inspection done, and there were termites, there was water damage, there was potential mold, and the sellers were just being unreasonable to work with. And so we felt like it was just like let's just break ties, let's just terminate the contract. So literally last night, super late last night, we terminated the contract. Really thought this was going to go through. This was like the perfect neighborhood on the same street as Mimi and Baba. It was actually the original neighborhood that Brett and I, when we first got married, we lived in my dad's basement apartment, and it was the same neighborhood. So we knew the neighborhood, we knew that we wanted to be there, but that's not what God has for us. Now we're getting our deck fixed, which that was always to be fixed anyway. It's funny how when you think you're selling a house and you like literally go through all of your stuff and organize everything, like from the drawers to floors to everything, and then you don't move. So then you're like, well, okay, well, at least I organize things. If you watch these thanks, it's just like almost therapeutic for me to be able to talk to somebody and not even seeking to be understood, but just to like have you understand that like that Instagram is like highlights of my life. And I know I share a lot on there that's like more real and not all good. But this is just a different platform and it's just a different way to connect. So if you know me, thank you for watching. If you don't know me, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button and like this video. I guess I don't really care, but thanks for watching, and God is good. Peace out.